where's the line between I don't like this is weird, and these guys need to go to...
Okay, Dick, it's beyond weird.
It's called the law, which he's in violation of, which is why he's being charged.
Yes, that's the line.
My problem with it is that people are celebrating the arrest, and I think you are too. Like, it's a...
That's your problem? That's your problem.
The problem is not that this guy was neglecting his kids and was a crazy drug addict and the problem is that people celebrated him getting busted and his children being safe. Okay.
Yeah.
They sent out Dick Masterson yesterday to try and sweep it up on Ralph's show as though that could fucking do anything. And he got completely dismantled and embarrassed by an Indian woman. Yes, here's clip one. This is the worst. This is where Dick Masterson is forced to defend cuckolding.
Yeah.
Understand where this all started and where it's at now.
Well,
back in like 2016, 2017, 2018, everybody is like, you can't be a cock. Don't be a cock. It's the worst thing you can do is to be a cock. Never let another man fuck your wife. Everybody in internet blood sports and in this sector, that was like the most basic and common sense take. And it remains to this day a basic common sense take that one of the worst things you could be is a straight up cock. Remember when Ralph had Medicare versus Masterson and it was this big deal? Now Dick's at the point where he has to debate Stardust, a VTuber woman, and he loses. He gets his ass handed to him by a VTuber bunny Indian woman that's fat.
And all right, Stardust catching strays. Sorry, Stardust.
Well, no, because Dick is always like ripping on fat women and stuff like this and how worthless they are.
That's true.
But yet here he is losing to a fat fucking woman.
All right.
What do you think, like, besides the prison shit, you know, with the drugs and the kids, what do you think of poly relationships?
They generally end faster than normal relationships.
What a cope. So they're just like, what a cope. They're so uncomfortable. And Dick keeps trying to deflect, like giving a real take on it because he knows how bad it is. And he knows that he's now having to defend getting cocked on account of Nick Rekieta. Well, and this is how desperate they are to defend Rekieta.
Well,
they're
also
go down this route.
But Ash, Ralph, the reason he's nervously laughing is because he himself was in a cuckold poly relationship.
Yeah.
Not only did Pansy get f***ed in the ass by a male jiggle, but she gave him the pantsuit pass, right? So Ralph's like, yeah, I ruined my life. It did, Ralph.
Relationship.
I'ma build a church.
I would say.
Oh, I got a video after this for a second.
Yeah.
Would you be in a poly relationship?
No, that would be crazy. I'm far too old.
And look at Ralph,
just, just having to deflect again desperately.
Wow.
You know,
Ralph,
it's sad.
Look at this. He is a grandpa. Sorry.
My heart couldn't take it at this age.
Yeah, you don't want to get cucked, right? You don't want to trade your wife with people.
I mean, that's
the cope sip.
Oh, buddy.
You don't want to trade your wife with other dudes, right?
Oh, no. No. Definitely.
Exactly.
Oh,
isn't wife swapping just technically being a cuck? You're letting another dude fuck your wife.
Oh,
you might be fucking her
cold
his wife, but you're letting him fuck hers.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know, folks. He just doesn't know if letting another man fuck your wife even is cucking. What even is cucking, guys?
Yeah,
What's the definition of is? We have no idea anymore.
Ring it up.
This is sad. Anybody else would have been lambasted by Dick and Ralph for being a cuck. In fact, they criticized Aaron for being a cuck earlier. They're like talking about how Aaron's a cuck. Meanwhile, Rekieta's guilty of the same shit, thus making him a cuck. So it's selective cuck bullshit.
That's all. You're right.
The cope from Dick is that, well, Rekieta loves getting cucked, though. So it should be allowed for him to be cucked because he loves it so much. This is seriously the state of Dick Masterson in 2024, reduced to defending his friend allowing people to fuck his wife because he enjoys it so much.
Also, hang on. Watch this real fast while we're on this topic. I gotta show this the first part
Actually
of this.
creazier than anything Ralph's done.
Wait, hang on, real
Is it
fast,
though?
real
Because
fast,
Ralph let Pantsu get banged
Oh,
by a
yeah.
Mexican
That's-
dude. I mean,
that's
that was
true.
pretty bad.
Bareback
That's
in the
true, Alex.
You know, that she got f***ed up the ass by a fucking Mexican jigger.
Ah, we have to.
Oh.
There it is. 'Cause Ralph's like, that didn't happen. They're lying about that. No, you told us, and you went into detail about it.
Oh,
By Martin Gigolo.
Love getting
Nah.
cucked, and that's fine. But maybe
it's
don't do
fine.
that with kids in the house, with 5 kids in the house.
Yeah, but then you got some couples that are like teaching feminism and stuff to their kids. That's way worse.
whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa. I always thought like the end stage of feminism was getting cocked. You know what I mean? Like is like I just don't know, Dick. Like, is it really worse for your kids to hear about feminism, or is it worse for you to get cocked? Like, I just don't know, bro. Like, what an insane defense. What an insane
I
defense.
can't even believe
man.
he said that. I can't believe he just said that. That's crazy.
You
Don't
really
you
think
think?
that feminism is on the same level as watching your dad get cucked? Are you
Yo, Stardust, like, honestly, mad respect
Brutal.
points. Ding, 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 ding. Winning points there.
kidding me?
Watching dad get f***ed by what? Another woman or something? I don't
Getting him
know.
getting cucked, watching your
think kids
dad
are-
get cucked, watching
sorry,
your mom go to another
And the way
dude.
she's saying it, it's
It's
like
very-
knives. It's like she's
He's
throwing.
destroying him. He's totally checkmated here, and there's nothing he can do except cope and try and deflect and make jokes about it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, his jokes aren't funny, his copes aren't effective, and he's having to defend getting cocked, which means he's cocked, which
Yeah.
means it's melted and it's over. He's cooked.
And Ralph is like, it's just he knows it's like also it has to do with him as well, so he has to accept it on his show.
Dude, you know, like
I think kids are
Fuck,
pretty
dude.
resilient.
Now,
I mean,
we don't
I'm
know
not-
that they
I'm not
actually saw
advocating-
them.
the kid.
Whoa, Ralph! Wait.
Well, we
but-
don't know if they actually walked in on
But-
the act, but they know that their mom is getting fucked by Aaron. They know.
No, not
the
even-
whole,
no,
the
not
whole
even-
world knows. Everybody knows. You think they don't know?
No. I think Ralph's saying about being cocked, you have to be watching. I don't think he means the kids. I think
But
he means
Rekieta
Nick
was
watching.
But Nick was watching, according to Aaron.
But also didn't fucking they bash Aaron for the same shit?
I know.
But you don't know that Aaron was watching Nick April. Like
Kids, the
Fucking,
kids
by the way.
absolutely knew. Maybe they didn't see
the
it,
kids, yeah, it was the kids. Okay, cool.
but they absolutely knew.
Oh, Star, see, now your Puritan
Children
side
know.
is coming
Children.
Purity spiral.
It's a
Oh,
purity spiral.
you know what? You know what though? I'll say this.
Eh,
If that's the purity that you have, then that's good. The purity of kids not watching or knowing their parents are having orgies and doing drugs, that's a good purity to have.
I don't understand. This is crazy.
Why is that negative purity? Why is purity always seen
It's
as
a purity
like
spiral. How dare you want to be good and innocent and pure? Why don't you want to be a sick, disgusting sexual monster and freak? Why don't you want to diddle kids, huh? Why don't you want to force kids to do cocaine? What is wrong with you? Why don't you think it's okay for parents to beat their kids? What, you want to have some sort of fucking morals? What's wrong with you? It's like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why should normal people have to deal with you? You're fucked. You're insane.
Look at this. Someone goes, nah, Nick, now is not the time to be fucking around. I agree with Tug, the umbrella guy. No one is fucking around except a bunch of sensational cockbags pretending at legal advice
What a low bar, by the way, that we're like insane Puritans for asking that people don't let their wife get fucked by other men and vice versa.
No, you Ash,
Like, this
Ash,
is the
he's
bar.
drunk
Like,
right now.
The bar we're at is like feeding your kids and not letting your wife get fucked And apparently that's like insane Christian moralizing.
That's good though. Like that's a good version of moralizing, I think.
Oh my God. It's
Like-
crazy.
like-
Rekieta, like nobody else would Rekieta allow to have those standards.
I
If
mean,
he was covering this exact case on his show right now, he would be ripping into the person for being a swinger and a cock and a degen and failing his kids. But we're supposed to give all this grace and all this charity, and we just got to pray for him, and we got to give him our money, and we got to defend him online from the bullies. This is crazy.
and by the way, like a purity spiral would be, say Nick drank one time and got blackout drunk and passed out. And then we were like, how dare he black out? It's just like, it was one time. Stop purity spiraling. He learned from it. It wasn't just like one time. Shut the fuck up. It wasn't like a mistake.
It's been a
It was
deliberate, consistent
Yes.
addiction that's been on full public display for over a year now.
Bro, Nick is going off, man. He is blacked
What
out,
is
bro.
fucking saying?
Look,
What's
here. I know you were focused on the other thing. And here, let me reread it to you. He goes, Nick.
No one is, Nick. Now is not
Yeah.
the time to be fucking around. I agree with Tug. When Tug is having to wrangle you, holy.
It's
then he goes,
over.
no one is fucking around except a bunch of sensationalist cockbags pretending at legal advice out of genuine concern. Their elementary advice is so legally blonde, I expect them to be giving Chris Klein the job in election. Whoa, man.
It's actually.
But, like, they're not sensationalists. Like, you have made this sensational. This is not normal. Can anybody tell me the last time you know of a multi-millionaire internet celebrity lawyer with 5 kids who was busted for an ounce of cocaine and guns and fucking child abuse and neglect? That's not normal. It's by its very nature sensational.
It is sensational.
And shall be covered in a sensationalist way. Because it is. It's baked in. It's baked in, sir. You idiot.
I don't know, when the
$5 on
cops
Rumble.
are kicking in my
This
door
only
at 8 in the
happened
morning,
because
I don't
Nick's a
know what the
Protestant.
state of my house
Catholic
usually
Church
is.
Pause.
never reported.
Why would it matter if the state's kicking in your door at 8 in the morning or at fucking 5 in the afternoon? Like Dick tries to use that as like some sort of like, I can't believe the cops would execute this warrant
It's
at 8 in
early.
the morning. It's early. It's like, shut the fuck up, man. Because he kept doing this pedantic bullshit to try and make it look bad. But it's like, it's insane.
There's a lot of
Abuse to the
dangerous
police.
substances around a house. It's kind of up to the parents to make sure the kids don't get in them. Or
Right.
Oh,
Exactly, Dick. It is up to the parents to make sure that the kids don't get into it. Except when the parents are passed out, drunk and high, they can't do that, can they? You dumb.
And by the way, he's trying to like also equate it to like a booze cabinet or
Yeah.
like bleach.
No, he tries to
bleach
argue
in the
that-
fucking towel.
He
you
tries
know?
to argue that cigarettes are the same as cocaine at one point. That beer is the same
Yeah,
as
I heard that.
cocaine.
I heard that.
And it's like, this is a guy who supposedly has all this experience and knowledge of drugs, but yet he's going to make stupid arguments like that.
Yeah. The cat pills, like, stop.
But
least
if you
teach
are
them, you
passing
know?
out, like, I don't know, I'm sorry, the level
The
of
truth.
gone that Nick has displayed on stream is,
She's right.
that's, again, a part of the issue is that kids will walk in on their parents passed out, or they'll walk in on really bad. That's why there's all of these things in place to protect children. And I'm all for individual liberty, but you have to take into account individual liberty of people who cannot advocate for themselves. children,
Exactly.
and that is
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Holy.
The truth.
why we have the laws that we do for them.
No, we do not have drug laws to protect children. We do not have 25
But-
years in
Yeah, wait.
prison.
And read this. Kung Flu Wang with the truth here. For years, the right has gained momentum online by shitting on the left for their lapse in morality, calling out the cuckoldry and degeneracy. And now we've let the standards fall so far that these people who claim to represent us are trying to force us on the lowest, most immoral practices because being healthy and well-adjusted isn't profitable. They want an everlasting pool of people stuck in the mud who have nothing better to do than watch Dick fucking Masterson. Sad. Thank
It's
you.
sad.
That's an amazing comment, bro. Holy shit.
Or an ounce of cocaine to protect children. It's to punish drug dealers.
But
and
it's
drug
okay.
users.
Daniel
Look in
Martin
the mirror,
sent
bitch.
$5
Because
Protecting
on
children
it.
means
they
send a
My
actually-
parents
security
did
to your
coke all
house,
the time in
interview
front
the
of me as a
kids,
kid, and I
see
turned
if
out
there's
fine.
anything going wrong, send the parents to parenting class or.
By the way,
To
by the way,
parenting class.
by the way, during the full
crazy.
version, Ralph kept making them stop debating for $1 super chats.
I know,
Hang
for
on,
$1.
hang on.
Hang on, $1, come in. Like, come on.
Cocaine class or alcohol class.
Right.
At no point should cops enter into this because cops do not protect kids. It's not their
I
job.
do not
But
think.
they
I
do.
do not
But they
think.
actually do. But the police actually do, Dick. Like, the police many, many, many times have saved children from horrible abusive situations, from child predators and the like. Just because you don't like that the police exist because there's some sort of curb on your life, because you're like a little child that doesn't like being told what to do ever, even if it is for your own good or for the betterment of society, does not mean that the police don't do good sometimes. Do the police also act like authoritarian monsters and pigs and they're excessive with their authority? Yes, but they also do good things. They do get like criminals off the street, and they do punish like child sex predators. They do protect children. This is just contrarian, libertarian bullshit. It's sad.
I do not think that this, for a first-time offense, that Nick is going to go away for 25 years. If
Well,
I'm
he's
being real
not.
with you, I think Nick will probably be okay if he goes and he gets some help, gets into
Are you going to
rehab or
sign
something
that?
like
Can you
that.
sign a contract that says, I really don't think
What?
Nick's going to prison? I'm sure.
Why does it matter? The truth is, most
Dick.
people already agree on it. It's common sense. He's a first-time offender. He can definitely plea out of this and probably not serve a day in prison. But that's going to require contrition, him going to rehab, him promising to do better.
Why does
Like,
she have to answer this?
I know.
Like, why does she have to answer this? Like, Dick.
She needs a contract for an opinion. Like, how about Rekieta answer for something? Like, I love it. Like, well, are you going to sign a contract that says you owe him money if he does? Like, what? It's so bizarre. Like, his argumentation style is pathetic, man. It's not real. There's nothing he says that is, like, logical in any way.
No.
It's all just emotional shit. So as he's debating this woman, the woman is using logic, and him, the big man, is using emotion.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be this way. The police shouldn't have the power to tell people anything. Ooh.
He's become his own worst enemy. Whatever happened to Dick Masterson back in the day on fucking Dr. Phil?
Women should not be allowed to vote. It's ridiculous.
It's gone. That Dick is dead.
I'm sure that'll really mean a lot.
I mean, we're talking about personal opinions here, right? You just stated
know,
your
Yeah,
personal.
she's like, it's like, you're giving your personal opinion. Are you going to sign a contract?
Opinion. Oh, he
Yeah.
shouldn't go away for 25 years. Well, I'm saying, well, my
You know what I
personal-
also hate? I hate the way he talks. Like, he's like, well, yeah. Like, he's like so sure of himself when it's like, you're being a bud.
And I
is,
mean,
I
the
don't
only
think
way
he's
he
going
can
to, but-
defend this shit is to say that he's a troll and a contrarian or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, why should we even listen to you? Because
Exactly.
you're just going to say, well, I didn't really mean that. You guys are idiots. Ha ha ha. Like, okay.
But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Still, besides the point is that, yes, the drug laws, when you've got children living in your house, 5 kids in your house,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, your children do know what you're doing. They do. They know what you're doing
The
with your
truth.
spouse. They know what you're doing with that other couple. They know when you're high or drunk or both. It is
So it's-
very obvious, and it's kind of fucking weird for the kids that they
So is
probably
this a
feel really weird about it.
Where's the line between I don't like this is weird, and these guys need to go to
Okay, Dick, it's beyond weird.
It's called the law, which he's in violation of, which is why he's being charged.
Yes, there. That's the line.
Like,
jail.
and
These
also
guys
there
need
are things that are, like, that are weird and harmful that aren't necessarily criminal. You know, like it's not necessarily criminal for him to let his wife get fucked and his children see that, or for him to fuck somebody else's wife, but it's damaging. You know, it's damaging to the kids. It's damaging to the reputation of the family.
Well,
it's embarrassing. It's humiliating. Well, where's the line between what's weird and what's criminal? Well, he's being charged for what's criminal, and we're laughing at him for what's weird. You diddler.
Putting too much responsibility on a 16-year-old to take care of the other. I mean, like even the fact that they wait, why are the parents not? Why are the parents?
Hold on.
A Smaster 33 sent $1 on Rumble.
It's okay.
Based, where do I sign up for cocaine class?
Why was Aaron saying that the only food that he was feeding them was SpaghettiOs?
Because he's a cuck.
Wait. Pause.
So he's the cuck.
But Nick's not.
Rekieta.
It's just like complete bullshit. Like Dick, he's just a Nick dick sucker.
Yeah.
He's a clout sucking fucking loser. Bum.
Why are the kids saying they're hungry?
At least let me get my joke.
Yeah.
Oh.
He has to start screaming.
Like a yes,
He just gets like emotional and like screaming like a little girl because he needs to tell us all his incredibly funny joke that sucks.
That the only food that he was feeding them was SpaghettiOs.
Because he's a cuck.
Why are the kids saying they're hungry?
At least let me get my joke out, all right? Come on, start.
Okay, if he's a cuck, so is Nick Rekieta. Okay.
Salted. Just crushed. Just destroyed.
Holy shit.
Okay, what the is a Baldo? It sounds like something for somebody with hair loss. Like
it sounds like you're pissed off about their lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle that's leading to children being neglected and not being fed and being stinky. It's a lifestyle that's leading to other members of the community being so concerned that they felt there was no other alternative but to call the police. And it's a lifestyle that's led to them being charged potentially with 25 years in prison.
So
it's not. Maybe there is some room for judgment of a lifestyle that leads to those consequences, right? This is like saying, like with a kid diddler, well, you just have a problem with his lifestyle of molesting children. It's very obtuse. With a serial killer, well, you have a problem with his lifestyle of murdering people. What's funny is like the first moment that Dick Masterson would get abused, like beaten or fucking raped or robbed, he would cry to the police immediately.
Yeah.
You seriously think Dick Masterson isn't going to call the police if he gets fucking mugged? Or somebody burns down his house or something crazy?
It sounds like everybody's pissed about their lifestyle and letting that bleed over into
care.
No, it's not about the lifestyle again. Like, can we make fun of it and go, that's gay and you're being sure.
Dick got beat up by Antifa at that rally, didn't he? And then he tried to call the cops. So he just doesn't even live the lifestyle that he tries to fucking preach. And by the way, like, I'm pretty sure not feeding your children and and not clothing your children and being drunk and high around them and like driving them around drunk and high, like, isn't that a violation of the NAP? And if it's not, shouldn't it be? Like these people can't even fucking keep straight what their worldview is supposed to be. It's just total bullshit.
Also, by the way, it's like everyone's mad at their lifestyle. No. We were making fun of the lifestyle. We're mad at what the lifestyle has done to the kids.
Like, isn't Stefan Molyneux's entire thing about how you can't neglect or abuse children, and that the root problems of everything in society stems from children being abused or neglected in the early stages of life? And he's one of the top libertarians that's advanced huge amounts of theory that these guys try and pretend that they came up with or that they're geniuses for understanding. I just don't really get it.
Why can't we bash his lifestyle? Didn't you all make fun of fucking, what's his face? Jack Murphy?
Yeah.
Don't we all make fun of Cox? You made fun of Aaron.
They make fun
Why
of
can't
everybody
we?
all
Why
the time.
We?
But Nick Rekieta is a sacred cow that can't be made fun of, can't be criticized.
Yeah, Juju the cow. You know this fucking arc, right? Juju the cow?
Yeah.
Where he used to wear a fucking fursuit and get fucking baldoed up the ass.
He got pegged by Jamie Lynn Hughes.
Not by a baldo, but by a fucking a strap-on.
Yeah.
If they were swinging and they didn't have kids in the house, and they were doing
again,
coke and they didn't have
that's what
kids in the house.
That's what you care about, is that it's a drug that you specifically don't like, probably because it's illegal.
If they were functional users and this drug use wasn't a problem and they were able to meet all the responsibilities of parenthood using this drug, then wouldn't that be what happened? Except it wasn't. They clearly couldn't handle using the drug. They were clearly non-functional. If you looked at them, they were on fucking death's door. Their children were hungry and stinky. So this idea, it's like, oh, it's a drug just like any other, and you're just upset at this drug they're doing, it just doesn't hold water. We're not happy with the consequences of said drug use. Not that he used the drug, but in this libertarian, like, insanity, fantasyland bullshit, we're supposed to believe there are no consequences to doing extremely hard drugs. That, like, if somebody could be a functional heroin addict, and that's just not so. There are no functional heroin addicts. There are no functional meth heads, except but for a brief time, and then they turn to criminality and they fuck up their lives. Like, and that's why said drugs are illegal, okay? Because it's not possible. Whereas with alcohol, marijuana, cigarettes, vapes, these are drugs that can be used in conjunction with a functional lifestyle, at least in theory. Even still, those drugs can be misused and lead to negative consequences. But when you are blowing through an ounce of coke at a fucking time, it's very likely you're not going to feed or take care of your fucking kids. And that's the argument against it. And this is just common fucking sense, guys.
I think alcoholism is acceptable either.
Well, that's
Exactly.
200 million Americans have alcohol in their house with access to kids.
Alcoholism and
No, exactly. There's not 200 million alcoholic Americans. This is delusional. Let's continue.
how many, look, alcoholism is specifically what I said. I don't think that's acceptable. Why were the kids saying they were hungry at school?
Who knows if they were? Kids say they're hungry all the time.
Right. So we shouldn't believe children. We shouldn't check up on them. We should just ignore children when they say they're in trouble, when they're hungry, when they're starving, they don't have clothes, when they're getting beaten, when they're getting molested. This is the world that Dick Masterson believes in. He's a scumbag. This is like the lowest form of human life. Why would we believe kids? How about we'll believe them and we'll check in on it? And guess what? When they were checked in on, it turns out they were hungry. They were stinky. Their father did have an ounce of cocaine. He was f***ed out of his mind, wearing baldos, getting cocked. Like, these are the facts. Like, this is not up for debate.
You know, Dick will even say later that 90% of mandatory reports, right? The police will check on the kids and they'll be fine.
You know,
it's
90% of statistics are pulled straight out of this guy's ass.
Yeah. But
where did he get that?
Stardust, yeah, I know it's bullshit, but Stardust with the big ring it up, she goes, well, that's a good thing. But we bring the reports for that 10% of the kids who are being abused. We hope that when we check up on them, when CPS walks the door, dun dun dun, nothing's happening. Oh, it was just a misunderstanding, or it was like a one-time thing that made someone scared.
And I guess we're supposed to say "f you" to the other 10%.
Yeah,
when it's legitimate.
F them, right?
Oh, it inconvenienced somebody who is just trying to live their degenerate lifestyle of snorting an ounce of cocaine and baldoing someone else's wife.
Have you never been around kids? They say kids will have a full lunch unless I'm hungry, I got nothing to eat. I say, well, what about that? Well, I don't want that. Like, they say total nonsense.
Okay, but there was drugs. Parents were passed out. There was orgies. The house has black mold.
Turn a blind eye. Just turn a blind eye because sometimes they lie. Just turn a blind eye then. That's what he's saying.
You definitely can't take third hand. The kid said this to me at one point.
Third hand? Third hand? So kids aren't their own people now.
No.
Help, I'm hungry. You're a kid. You can't believe a kid.
Shut up. I know we've
Uncle?
seen your father stinking of booze at service and going to the bathroom to rail lines. We all have seen his show where he's publicly an alcoholic degenerate, losing his fucking mind, saying crazy shit. But you know what? Let's not look into this. It's not just that one time the kids said that they were hungry. Like, that's not what this is. And it's bullshit to say so. But they don't care how disingenuous it is. They just have to mount a defense. Because they have to. It's wild.
Yeah, and by the way, because child abuse never happens, right, folks?
I know.
It's just that one preschool teacher who said it after.
No, it is wrong.
And
He's
then
wrong.
when the cops come into the house, they see it's dirty, they see it's filthy, right?
Drugs, all that shit. And by the way, it wasn't one person. It was,
was
5 or
It was
four.
four.
Yeah.
And then there were other people as well contributing, including Rekieta's wife's own sister. So the aunt of these children was concerned as well. The idea that this is one insane pastor's grudge, it just doesn't hold water with anybody. He's like, well, you know how these fucking church people are.
And he started gossiping with her new employers, and then that started this whole let's gossip about Nick Rekieta, who's obviously drunk, talking shit about church. Let's get him. Let's get this guy. Everybody.
Yeah, and they were right. And they were right.
They were right to do so.
Well, gossip doesn't always mean it's bullshit. Gossip can also mean people are talking about something happening.
Everybody be on the lookout, right? And then all of a sudden, everybody starts seeing problems. Oh, yeah, these kids. Oh, man, these kids are definitely getting neglected. Pastor, you got to do something.
And then they were.
You got to do something. Okay, well, I'm not going to talk to him, but I will anonymously call the police.
What? Why die on this hill, Dick? Why?
It's just crazy.
You think you're cool? You fucking bum?
This ultimately comes down to is that these people, Rekieta, Ralph, Dick, they don't want to ever be told what to do. They don't think there should ever be any guidelines to their behavior or anybody else's behavior. You know, you see, like it's like, and this is why they believe this shit. This is why they hate the state and hate the police, because they put a limit on their ability to do whatever they want. But in order to have a functional society, there have to be some limits on what some people want to do. Like, this is like 101, like basic, like idea. So, you know, like, don't you feel like you have a freedom to not be killed by other people? Well, to stop them from doing that is an infringement upon their liberty to kill you. You see? So, like, these people accept some laws. But then it's like, I don't want this one. I think I should be allowed to do whatever I want because I personally want to do this drug, or I personally want to, you know, have this degenerate sexual lifestyle. And it's like, you're insane. You're f***ed.
Talk to them. How do you know he didn't talk to them?
Because Nick was arrested with an ounce of cocaine? You don't think?
Do you think if somebody's an addict, does any amount of talking to them help?
Does any amount of calling the cops on him help?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes
Yes.
it does when you have a court mandated
when
order to
they can't be reasoned with, when there's nothing that you can do to convince them to change their behavior, because we all know the church tried. Based on Rekieta's seething about them, we know the church tried multiple times. Probably family tried multiple times to reach him. He refused. The situation was deteriorating. It was getting worse and worse and worse. He moved a live-in cokehead mistress into his house, okay, around his kids. Everybody knew that this shit was going on. It was open, in plain fucking sight. And he wouldn't change his direction, even as it caused his children to start to be hungry and stinky. And so once you start interfering with the freedom of your own children to live a decent life because of your own shitty choices, the state and the community have a right to intervene and stop it. I'm sorry, they do. Like, these children are not your slaves. Do you it's crazy.
Yeah.
go to therapy or go, into a drug program. Yeah, sometimes it does.
Therapy. No, I know that's your guys' solution for everything. Fucking therapy and rehab.
Okay, my question then, what is
the solution?
Well, look, again, if Nick was alone or with just Kayla and there was no kids and they were doing swinging and fucking doing drugs, we'd make fun of like the way he's talking on stream, of course, but I wouldn't care like morally. I'd be like, don't kill yourself. You're dying. Obviously, this is terrible. Like morally, like, you're killing yourself. It's bad to do drugs all the time. But when kids are involved, now it's the next level of like, well, police have to be involved because you're now putting other people at risk. If you want to fuck up your own life, then fucking have at it, Hoss. I don't give a fuck. I'll make fun of you for it. But now I agree with police showing up because it's other people involved.
Well, there was no other way to stop it. There genuinely wasn't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Do you think that Nick has a drug problem or an alcohol problem?
I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe.
Like, how disingenuous.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
How fucking bullshit.
Stop.
Like, it's just, and this is what somebody in chat said. When you argue with this guy, you're actually like actively debasing yourself. That's why I wouldn't have him on to talk about this or go on other show talk about him with this, because he's just full of shit.
It's a lie. It's a lie. Yeah.
It's all just lies. It's all just like feigning ignorance. It's like, if you can't even admit that this guy had a problem with drugs and alcohol, then you can't, like, it's denying that the sky is blue.
Yeah.
It's denying that the sun exists. It's denying that there's gravity. Like, this is what we're at.
If he thinks he does, he does. He would be the one to say that. I don't know. I don't like trying to pin other people's alcoholism or drug problems. He's in here. I'll tell you what. If he gets he's out.
Why are you
of bail,
defending it? Like, you have appointed yourself as his defender that none of his behavior was bad. Why did you feel the need to do that then?
Yeah.
Like, when he goes, why do you even care? It's like the same can apply to you. Like, why do you even care?
Yeah.
Why do you care to this degree so much to come out and make yourself look like this much of a fool in order to defend a drug-addled who is neglecting his kids?
Back for drugs, then he's got a drug problem.
Wait, what?
Bail, if he goes back he's in here. I'll tell you what. If he gets he's out of bail, if he goes back for drugs, then he's got a drug problem.
You can have a drug problem without heading to jail. So what? An alcoholic's only considered an alcoholic once he kills someone on the road? You know what I mean?
That's what he says.
Like,
that's
basically.
No, that's his position on drunk driving. He says we should only punish it when somebody gets killed.
No way.
Yeah, no, that's actually what he argues, for real.
Oh, man. Thank God. Thank God. People like Dick don't fucking have power. And this is why we all just laugh and go, he's
I mean, he's a child. He's stuck in this perpetual Peter Pan mentality. He never has to grow up. He never has to take any sort of responsibility on. The only thing that matters is getting drunk and high and engaging in degeneracy. And anything that's bad is what stops him from engaging in that. So that's why he's it's just bullshit.
So you don't think that he has a drug problem? You don't think that he has a drinking problem?
I don't know. I don't know on either of those. He gets pretty shit-faced on stream. That's probably not good. He got busted with an ounce of cocaine. I think he's got a bigger government problem than he has a drug problem right now. But I don't know. Maybe when all this is said and done.
What led to the government problem? I mean, like, it was the drugs that led to him having a government problem. If he wasn't a drug addict, degenerate, then the government wouldn't have felt at him.
Sit down and think about it. I don't really think it's relevant.
Okay. I think it is relevant. Do you think that a parent who has a drug and alcohol problem is going to be firing on all, on full cylinders, all full cylinder? I don't know if I'm using that phrase properly,
you were.
To take care of 5 kids in the house?
Probably not.
So
argument is like the self-felt. They're like you just fucking like you're off. You just turned off. You just unplugged your entire argument from the wall. You ripped it out.
The brooms are so broken at this point. Like,
yeah, it's just the stick, right? It's the stick.
It's just the nub of the broom.
Yeah, it's literally just a nub.
But it's legal, or it's legal for a lot of drugs. It should be legal.
Right? What a cult! What a cult!
If there is any kind of neglect, that's a CPS issue. Maybe send them in as I said, do some interviews, but we're not there.
Like by Dick's logic, he believes. Dick seems to believe, like when you say that all drugs should be legal, you think fentanyl should be legal and sold at the corner store? Like you think crocodile should be legal and sold at the grocery store?
Look,
heroin, like it just starts to be fucking delusional. There's nobody who can use fentanyl in a safe and functional manner.
Also,
this is whacked.
I am happy that certain drugs are illegal because, you know, as an addict myself, recovering addict, obviously, if drugs were very easily accessible, there are people out there who don't even know they're addicts, who would go like, you know, I'll buy Coke. You know, it's at the shop.
It's something to try. It can't be that bad because it's legal.
And they sell it, right? Then you do it, and now you're a cokehead. And I know from first-hand experience that doing it a lot fucks your life up and your health up as well. So it's like, why isn't heroin legal? Well, because some guy who's like Friday night, you know what? I'll try heroin once. It's at the shop. Show your ID. Yes. I'm 21, 19 in Canada. Yeah, no, I am. You do heroin, now you're heading back to the shop. And by the way, because it's at the shop now, you can buy a lot of it.
Yeah, it's readily accessible.
It's readily accessible. And like, and by the way,
I don't know. I mean,
Ash, now you have drug addicts who don't have money, who now rob the stores because they want their drugs. Like, there's so much arguments against selling drugs.
My problem with it is that people are celebrating the arrest, and I think you are too. Like
that's your problem. That's your problem.
The problem is not that this guy was neglecting his kids and was a crazy drug addict and the problem is that people celebrated him getting busted and his children being safe. Okay.
Yeah.
Not celebrating.
Why does he care?
Like,
I just don't. By his own logic, why does he care?
Yeah.
I'm
you're right, Ashton. Why do you care, Dick? You're gonna cry about it? My problem is that people are mad that he. Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Help. This will help them somehow.
I actually.
You know what the crazy thing is, Ashton? Dick is so dumb and his arguments are so bad that he is the easiest person to debate and debunk because it's like, wait, what? You're an idiot.
You are getting high and drunk to the point where like everybody can see you on stream and knows that there's an issue there. And that, you know, these kids are saying that they're hungry, that they're wearing the same clothes for multiple days.
Exactly. Totality.
These are kids who are like 7, 8, 9. I don't know. These are kids that you should be making change their clothes, helping them change their clothes, take showers, you know, keep themselves hygienic, things like that. These are kids that you, if they're not eating what they don't want to eat on their plate, you make them eat that because they have to. What are you doing when your kid is going to school and they're saying that they're hungry?
I think you've got this magical feather of they are saying that they're hungry and that they're not changing their clothes and that they stink. And the reality of that is it's just some pastor who doesn't like Nick said that a preschool teacher said that, which to me means absolutely nothing. Maybe.
Well, good thing that your opinion doesn't matter.
Your opinion doesn't matter.
You're
not the judge of everything.
Yeah, you aren't the judge of like law and kids. Thank God.
Maybe it's true, but I take the statement of the pastor saying who also complained.
Emergency. Dick doesn't agree with this. Oh, shut it down.
Same level that Nick frequently walked out of his sermons. He also said, this is at the same level for him. I totally discount what the pastor says. The kind of pastor who would also not tell Nick that he called the cops on him. And
just let's let it go.
I know.
A preschool teacher who would not bring this up to them in any other capacity. I just don't buy it. And the way everyone's run with the word of this guy and the word of the police
and the word of the police, There will be body cam footage. Don't worry.
When the police collected all this physical evidence that tested positive for illegal drugs, that was all lies. They planted it. It was a conspiracy.
Yeah.
When the body cam footage comes out showing the place to be a total shithole, right?
And our lying eyes.
Oh, yeah. Our own lying eyes throughout this entire thing that clearly showed he had a drug problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Over a normal dad, not just Nick, but any parent, I think is
Oh,
bullshit.
my.
Mandatory reporting.
Nick's the victim.
He doesn't believe that there should be mandatory reporting.
Yeah.
He believes that, it should just be swept up.
Free for all.
Is extremely flawed. It's something like less than 10% ever leads to anything because kids talk shit and people are very vindictive. People lie.
That's not a good argument. That's not a good argument at all. In my opinion,
95% of the time, it turned out to be.
So what? 9% of the time there was child abuse.
So we should just, for the sake of the 90% that were clean, we should allow the guilty to walk. We should allow children to be beaten and starved and abused and molested.
This
because
is the 9%.
Like that Rekieta was held accountable.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Mandatory reporting is meant to be that way. You go and you investigate, and then turns out nothing is there. That's fine. In fact, we still criticize CPS for letting too many things fall through the cracks. Like, what else would you want them to do? I think mandatory reporting is great, and you go and you investigate, and if it doesn't turn out, that's fine. That's totally fine. I think that's great.
It's not what happened here, is it?
What, Ash? Am I losing my fucking mind?
No, it's that guy has lost his mind because he has to come up with any sort of excuse to justify depravity and bullshit. So he doesn't ever have to worry about facing consequences in his own life.
For whatever reason, bust down the door. I want to know what that is. Yeah.
Because an ex-lover brought up a stream and said, "Oh, look, there's some cocaine on his nose." I mean,
but it wasn't. The police officer himself watched the stream, and he's an expert in drugs, and he's exhibiting the symptoms of somebody high on cocaine, and there's powder on his nose. He's fucked out of his mind, and it turns out the guy was right. He was on coke.
But it's not like they saw the coke on the nose, broke down the door, and then there wasn't coke.
No, it was a lot more than that. It was a lot. And he just tries to reduce it down on the probable cause to one thing. Like it was just the pastor, or it was just the coke on the nose, or it was just the children saying that they were hungry and stinky. There's a variety of factors that all combined allow for probable cause to be met on this search warrant. And then it turns out the warrant was justified because they found exactly what they were looking for. And so it is what it is.
And found more. Found more than they expected.
And this is it's ridiculous.
An ex-lover.
CPS. Yeah, Aaron.
Who are you talking? Are you talking about Aaron? Okay.
Spaghetti man.
But it's not. it's not just Aaron. This wasn't even Aaron by himself. This was the pastor who received multiple reports.
By the way.
This just goes in
Ralph,
circles.
I watched the full thing, and it was
it just goes in circles over and over.
We don't have to watch
over
the
and
do
over.
we?